Hello, hi. Okay, this is my third video. Yeah, 3 videos in one night. This one, I'm not gonna post them every day. Just, doing them because I know what I'm gonna say and I don't wanna not get it right. This one is aimed to my trans brothers and sisters on how to handle hate. Here's a few tips, and one of them you may not like. But the first one is just don't tell anybody. It's really none of nobody's business. It's very private and personal, and I think it's quite honestly rude when somebody asks you to do these. But I mean, if you tell people you're trans, fine, but then you open yourself to people kind of harassing you. And and I know. Why should we hide when other people don't have to? And I agree. But if you're really that concerned about the hate, then just don't tell anyone. Just don't let them know your business because it is yours. It's not like the color of your skin, which is, it's easy to tell when somebody's Latino or Asian or Native American or African American or Caucasian. But something like your religious beliefs or non-religious beliefs, do you really have to discuss them with people? Those are your personal, private beliefs, I think. I don't throw out there what I believe with people. I mean, it's okay to be atheist, agnostic, Christian, Muslim, whatever you want, as long as you don't hurt nobody. So, to me, being transgender is just being who you are. It's not a choice, and it's really none of nobody's business. Second way is actually try at first, try to understand them and see if they're just uneducated about it. Because gender is something that we're really kind of studying now. And a lot of people are confused about transgenderism. They are. And I'm not trying to make this political. I'm just saying, that before we really didn't talk about this stuff, people kind of swept stuff like this under the rug, like if you had a transgender cousin or something, number one, they told them they were crazy. Number two, they would disown them from the family. Or number three, they just didn't talk about it. Like, don't let nobody know. So, but if you can't reach them, just block them. People like getting that the weak way out. No, you're not going to accomplish nothing. A lot of transgenders, and being a trans person is not a mental disorder. But a lot of trans people do have mental disorders like depression or anxiety or PTSD, and a lot of it comes from, all of that comes from the bullying and the harassment that we deal with. So if you can't seem to reach somebody on the internet in person, if you can't seem to reach them, just walk away. Just say, you know what, you cray cray, or whatever word you want to use. Just tell them that and walk away. You don't owe them nothing. And if it's on the internet, just block them. That's what I'm doing now. Anytime somebody starts with a transphobic comment, blip, you're gone. I mean, I can try to explain. And a couple people I have changed on it, which is good. But see, I talk to them. So talk to them. But if it seems like they're just going to dig their heels in and they get nasty and stuff, then just forget it. I really hate to sound like this, but some people are just a lost cause. They were raised with this kind of ignorance and hatred, and they're holding on to it for dear life. And we know it's sad, and we know it's wrong. But the sad part is you can't do nothing about it. We're never going to live in a totally accepting society. It is getting better. Like, oh goodness, I forget her name. A young lady won a Democratic primary in Virginia, I think. A transgender woman, openly trans, and a progressive in a state like Virginia. See? It's getting better. But sadly, you'll never have 100% acceptance. It'll never happen because human beings are different. And for whatever reason, some people will just never accept someone being transgender. Third, protect yourself. Get mace. Yes, even get a firearm if you have to. I know some people may not like me saying that, but if somebody's going to try to attack you, especially mace, I highly recommend mace. Just spray them. Fourth, and this is not victim blaming, but do not go out alone at night. Just don't. I've heard so many trans women tell me that they were raped and stuff, and what was the story? Usually they were at a bar, they just wanted to relax, and I understand that. I do. But since 1 out of 2 of us is going to be assaulted, let's try to, our best to our ability to be like, you know what, maybe a bar at night is not the safest place. If it happens, we're just on our way to home or from work, say that's out of our control. But we can choose to be like, you know what, let me walk with somebody. Let somebody, ask somebody. Hopefully you'll have a friend at work who'll say, sure, I'll walk with you, or I'll take you home. Take a cab home. Take a bus home. Hopefully you have a car or a bike or something, but just don't go out alone. Try not to if you can. If you can't help it, then I hate that for you. I do. It's just so many of us get hurt, and it's never our fault. Never. What I'm saying is that we should do our best to be more careful and cautious. That's all. So that way we can at least maybe lower that number some. It should be 0, but again, it'll never be 0. I mean, let's say if we got it down to 1 out of 50 transgenders got assaulted, that would be really good progress. You see what I'm saying? And lastly, and I know this sounds so obvious, but sometimes we don't think about the obvious thing. It's like the old snake. Could have been a snake, it'd have bit you. Try to make friends in the community. Try to find other transgenders or just open-minded people. Go in unexpected places. Go on the internet and build a support group. And that way you'll be like, hey, we won't let you walk alone. We're not going to let somebody hurt you. Oh yeah, also learn martial arts. That helps. Seriously, we need to know that the world is beautiful. There's a lot of danger and ugliness in it. And sadly, we live in a society where hate is becoming more of the norm. And a lot of people blame Donald Trump or whatever. Now, this has just been festering with the society for so long now. It's worldwide. People are just cracking up. So let's stop politicizing it and let's actually look deep inside. Let's look in here and say, what's wrong with us? What are we doing wrong? And maybe then we can start to make progress. I wish we could live in a utopian society, but it doesn't happen. But maybe if you follow this video, I hope that it does dramatically lower, maybe even almost get rid of it. I'd love to see it get rid of, period. As trans people, just want to live a life. We're not trying to bother nobody. So be careful. Be safe. Remember, you are loved, my fellow brothers and sisters.